If you are losing hair like this, you have done your bit of homework with Dr. Google and even went to a doctor, but you're still feeling very overwhelmed with all the things that you need to do and have a long way to see the results, then you have my shoulder to lean on, my friend. In today's video, we are going to discuss a vitamin that plays a very important role in your hair cycle. It is something that you might already know, you might already be taking, or maybe not, or maybe you aren't just getting it in the right amounts, or you're not taking it correctly. Whatever the issue might be here, you will hopefully understand and start incorporating it into your routine starting today. Hello and hi once again. I'm Dr. Sanober Doctor, your holistic guide towards being a healthy and happy you. And today we are going to discuss a vitamin, or rather a hormone, that is linked most commonly with hair loss and many other immune-mediated problems in the body. And in the end, I'm going to teach you how to take it correctly so that you don't end up making the mistake that millions have already made. So without any further ado, let's begin. So the vitamin that I want you to pay attention to is, lo and behold, it is vitamin D. Now when I have someone complaining about excessive hair fall, I am yet to meet someone who doesn't. And after my initial history taking, which goes on for quite a while, I like asking a lot of questions because that is the only way I can help you better. But after the history taking, I perform a clinical examination where I might end up tugging a bit of your hair if you are physically present with me, and then check your scalp under a trichoscope, that is the dermatologist's stethoscope. And after taking everything into consideration, if I feel there is a need to perform a particular test and if it is relevant to the kind of hair fall you're having, then we will get your vitamin D levels checked. And sometimes we might not need to get it tested because a recent large study suggested that approximately 40% of Europeans, 50% of Americans, and 30% people worldwide are deficient in vitamin D, with 13% severely deficient and 70% are actually children between the ages of 6 and 11. Now there are numerous studies that have shown the correlation between low vitamin D with different types of hair loss, such as telogen effluvium, which you might most commonly know as stress-related hair loss. Then androgenetic alopecia, which is the most common male and female pattern age-related hair loss. Alopecia areata, which is an autoimmune condition that affects the hair follicle and leads to patchy or total hair loss. And trichotillomania, where the person has this irresistible urge to pluck out one's own hair and thereby damaging it. Vitamin D deficiency has also been found to be associated with scarring alopecia, where there is not only loss of hair, but there is also scarring of the scalp tissue, which can be permanent if not treated on time. So I want you to take a look at another interesting study where researchers studied the treatment of oral vitamin D with topical minoxidil. Now minoxidil is considered as the gold standard and is probably one of the only few FDA-approved treatments for managing the most common form of hair loss. So they studied 45 patients with female pattern hair loss. They took females for the study and they divided them into 3 groups. Group 1 received topical minoxidil and oral vitamin D. Group 2 received only topical minoxidil, and Group 3 received only oral vitamin D for a period of 6 months. And what did they find? Are you asking me? Yes, I'm asking you. They found that there is a statistical improvement. Now in the scientific world, statistical significance literally means wow. So they found statistical improvement and increase in the single hair follicular units, which means that there was new hair growth in group 1 and 2, but not in group 3. And the maximum growth was found in group 1. This means the only group that did not show any statistical improvement was group 3. That means the group that got only vitamin D. This means that there was some improvement, but it was not that significant that we can say with authority that it actually works. Now wait a minute. Did this study just say that vitamin D does not work for hair loss? What is wrong with you, Sanober? Were you teaching me all wrong? Not really. The reason why I liked this study and discussed it with you, because this study beautifully showed how the best results were obtained by a combination of treatments and not by a single modality alone. You're correct. I know there are 1,000 videos out there that will tell you eat this for hair fall and do this for hair growth. And while they all might be true, as I always say, no one particular food or treatment works in isolation. So before you start popping pills or start applying DIY masks or prescription topicals, I want you to understand what type of hair loss are you actually experiencing? I have an entire hair care playlist where we discuss the different things in detail, and I have even taught you how to conduct a hair pull test at home and see whether your hair fall is actually abnormal or is it simply normal hair shedding. And once you do this, I then want you to make an informed decision on what is right for your body and in conjunction with your doctor. But quite honestly, I don't see any harm in increasing your vitamin D levels and supplementing it on an occasional basis. There is no doubt that supplementing with it will be beneficial for your hair, your immune system, and the rest of your body. So what is the correct way of taking vitamin D? Wait a minute, let me take down notes. Now coming back to vitamin D, and increasing your vitamin D level starts by getting daily sunshine. Just 8 to 10 minutes in the mid-afternoon sun, exposing as much skin as possible will give you the best chance of producing good amounts of vitamin D in the body. But I know it is not possible for most of us to roam half naked at 12 noon. Our work colleagues might actually think we have gone bonkers. So your next best step is eating vitamin D rich food. Good options include cod liver oil, krill oil, fish oil, fatty fish, mushrooms, and eggs. In addition to that, I like supplementing with vitamin D. The recommended intake is roughly 800 IU for adults and 400 IU for children. But in my experience, what I do is I take a relatively larger dose for a short period of time, give a break, and then take those at intervals. So I take approximately 5000 IU daily. And here is the important thing that I want you to keep in mind. Make sure when you supplement it, you have it with a meal or you have something fatty, especially like butter or cheese. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. So if you want your body to absorb it maximally and utilize it in the best way possible, you need to give it a good fatty medium. Another important thing to keep in mind when you supplement with vitamin D is to take it along with vitamin K. These two work like magic in the body together. They are so important for your skin, hair, bones, heart, immune system, and your overall body. I personally love using the combination from Just Thrive. If you've been following me, you know my love for their probiotics, and all their formulations are really very nice. But as I always say, you do you. Just make sure you source them well and make use of it depending on your body's needs. Alrighty, I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel so that you do not miss out on any pearls of wisdom. Show me your love if you like this video, and let me know what do you do to keep your vitamin D levels healthy in the comments below. Continue to glow, thrive, and shine as always. Take care. I'll see you soon. And if you are wondering whether coffee is good or bad for your health, you'll find your answer in this video. Or it's here somewhere. Alright, bye.